How to save your business with social media. Good day, everyone. Today I'm going to talk to you about how you can get back to business and how to save your business with social media. We all know these are difficult times, and we all know we have to do something. So in this presentation, I want to give you a solution to what we think are the way that you should be going forward in marketing your business and using these times we are in to actually get your story and your brand in people's minds. So the first thing I want to talk about is this whole concept of increasing your marketing and not reducing it in times of recession or in times of business contraction. Um, During a recession or business contraction, most firms tend to cut back on the advertising. And unfortunately, this is a mistake because this behavior reduces the noise of advertising and it increases the effectiveness of any single business that actually advertises. And there are many studies that show, there's a famous study being done from the Great Depression right through the 2008 Great Recession, showing that businesses that actually make sure that they grow their brands and increase their advertising spend during these times of difficulty outperform their peers by a wide margin. And the sad fact and scary statistics is that those peers never actually catch up with them. So businesses that increase advertising in this environment can enjoy higher sales and market share for a long time to come. Because what happens is when the economy expands again, all businesses then tend to increase their advertising. And, then no business really gains much by that increase because everybody's increasing. But the gains of businesses that maintain or increase their advertising during the time when nobody else was advertising, actually studies show that their advantage persists. So it's important to avoid the mistake that 98% of marketers make. And that is the mistake to actually now pulling the reins, cut back on marketing, and not getting your brand story out there. Now is actually the time to get the story of your brand out there. Unfortunately, the sad fact is this is what businesses are actually doing. Most estimates suggest that advertising investment is likely to be reduced between 30 and 60% over the rest of 2020. And in Marketing Week's latest survey, it was suggested that around 90% of marketing budgets have been delayed or under review. Now, if you think about this, this is a major opportunity for you to get in front of your competition because before we know it, things will start picking up again. Business contraction periods and recessions never last. We've gone through many periods like this. We've gone through the Great Depression. We've gone to two extreme hardships of the two world wars. We've gone through the 2008 recession and many recessions in between. And like all of them, things that happen, like this pandemic, will also pass. So don't make the mistake that 98% of businesses will make, and make sure that you actually take the opportunity. So here's another fact. Did you know that the average person spends over 4 hours a day on their mobile device? Yeah, that's 4 hours a day. And this was a statistic that was taken before these periods of lockdown. I'm sure now it's even more. And according to studies, half of that time, 1 hour 56 minutes, is spent on the top 5 social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and YouTube. So that's where you should be because this is where your customers are. Also, if you read the news report, you will have noticed that we've had a massive spike in internet traffic over the last few weeks and months. And this is because people are spending so much more time online. So it's all about telling your story. What you need to do is tell a story and start a movement. So everything we do online, everything we do is to grab attention. And once it's very hard to grab that attention, but to keep that attention is even harder. So you need to grab an audience attention, and then you need to engage with them. And every organization should understand that you are now in the content creation and distribution business, because stories are the heart of content. And those stories are and experiences that attract, they engage, and they convert. Those are the only ways. People don't want to see advertisements, especially now that they're sitting in lockdown. What they want to hear is, what are your stories? What are your organization doing? Do you have a restaurant that maybe are now using your kitchen to make food for the underprivileged? Make a video. Tell that story. Distribute it on social media. This will put your brand in the heart of your customers. So you need to do this. It's extremely, extremely important. Your customers and your competitors are on social media. The question is, are you on social media? So here's a fact. Social media that's used for business marketing is one of the most versatile and the most cost-effective strategies that businesses can use to reach their target audience, to build relationship and to build sales over time. The other great thing is, if you look back to that first statistic, you would have noted that 90% of businesses are reviewing their marketing budgets. So what's happening to the cost of social media advertising? It's actually plummeting. And you have now the opportunity to advertise on social media for much cheaper than you've ever done in your life. So here's our offer. This is what we do. And this is what we propose for you. And I want you to listen carefully to this, because not only are we going to offer you a fantastic service, but because of the current situation, we are going to make you an offer that you cannot refuse. So the first thing we would do is we would take your current social media status. We would do an extensive audit of your channels, your followers, and your engagement, right? So that we know we can show you where you are. And after the audit, we'll provide you with a comprehensive report detailing your current strategies for your current status and our suggested remedies. So this is our social media strategy. Firstly, we will set up your social media pages for YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. If you have these pages already, we will redesign them so that you have coherent branding through all your channels. It's important that you have a coherent look and feel on all your channels, which actually then projects the philosophy and the look of your brand. So included in your package would be a 25 to 30 posts that we would create, and that would be published in a calendar period. So we will design these posts, we will talk to you about them. Once you approve them, we will publish them. So these posts will be published 3 to 5 times per week on each platform. So these different platforms require different posting strategies. What we will do is we'll set up a calendar. We usually do this 3 months in advance. We will look at how we do a 90-day posting plan for you. And this calendar will be submitted to you. You will approve it, and the strategy will start. So the other thing that our team will do is our team will answer questions and engage with all your followers when they do comments, when they send messages on Facebook Messenger or any other platforms. We will answer them and engage with them. But this is not where it stops. Our next, and this is our really secret sauce. We call it our dynamic response marketing communication system. And this enables digital content distribution to people that really want it. So let me explain this quickly. If you look at this graphic here, you'll see that in the center of this graphic is your website. So your website is really the center of your business. If you don't have a website, don't fret. We will create a one-page website for you as a landing page that we can use. So on your website, what we will do is we will actually create a pop-up banner that will pop up when people visit your website, and we will offer people what we call an ethical bribe. So we will offer them something in return for the email address. So what happens is, say, for instance, I'm going to use a wine estate as an example. Say you offering a free wine tasting. So you can say to people, look, if you give us your email address, we'll send you a voucher, and one person can come have a free wine tasting at your farm next time we open, at your estate, at our tasting room. And so a lot of people will actually, um, enter the email address. So you can, coffee shop can offer a free coffee, you can offer a discount voucher. There's many things that you can do that is just a derivative of this idea. So now in all our social media, now none of our social media posts that we do would actually be an advertisement post. All of these posts will be content. So again, if we're talking about our wine estate as an example, we will share content on your post about the estate, awards the estates have won with their wines, awards the winemaker have won, reasons to visit, uh, maybe a post that with a splendid review from a TripAdvisor um, on your restaurant. Maybe a story about somebody. I went to a estate the other day where the owner built a yacht on his estate. A fantastic story, fantastic social media video that we can make, right? So, so we create all the social media stuff on Instagram, on YouTube, on Twitter, and all of these things go back to your website, right? When people get to the website or to the landing page, on the website, the pop-up comes. If you have a landing page, the landing page comes, and now people are enticed to put in the email address. Once they put the email address in, we have it now. So they can now browse further, go further onto the website, browse the content happily, but now we can send them emails. So what we do in the dynamic response communication system, we look at these emails, and we've got a pre-written set of emails for every type of customer. So say, for instance, I'm going to use a wine estate again as an example. You're selling wines, you are having a wine pairing experience, you are having a restaurant, you're having accommodation, and say you have a spa, and you also have a wedding venue. So what would happen is somebody would come to your website, and now, because we're creating all this content, say somebody sees a YouTube video about your weddings and functions, and they click on the link. So we can measure in our system that that person clicked on the link about weddings. So now we know this is somebody that's interested in weddings. So in the email dynamic response system, the next email they will receive, pre-written email, will be an email about weddings. And the more they interact with the system, the more the system sends them content. If they stop interacting, they get less content. So what's great about this is never spamming. People only get content what they want. They only get content when they want it. If somebody doesn't interact with our content for a while, we put them in a waiting list and maybe send out an additional email a month or even 2 months later to try to reignite them. But we never spam our clients or the customers of our clients. So now that we've sent emails and people are coming back to our website and we are creating this amazing circle of traffic, it's important to enhance this. So how do we enhance this? We enhance this by social media advertising. So as part of our offering, we have a dedicated amount that would be set aside every month for advertising, because this is an important component to ensure success. If you want your social media business and your social media advertising campaigns to work, you actually need to invest some money into advertising. So what's great about social media advertising is that it's so targeted. On a platform like Facebook, you can actually go and drill down right into the demographics of your target market and actually create advertising that are totally pinpointed to your customer. We can also create, and we will create that, a retargeting pixel that is a little thing that's saved on your, when somebody visits your website or somebody visits a specific Facebook page, that pixel is stored on their computer. This creates a retargeting list. So when we advertise again, we can actually use that retargeting list to target advertising to people. Say again, we use the example of your wedding, of your wedding venue. People came to your wedding venue. They maybe didn't fill in the email list, but they went to the site. The pixel was stored. So now the retargeting list shows, when we show a wedding ad, that person will be shown that ad. This has a major advantage. It brings down the cost of advertising, and it also makes your conversion rate go sky high. So we will also be talking to you about dedicated campaigns. So once we have this whole system set up, we'll have a call with you on a regular basis, and we'll make sure that your social media advertising is done with a dedicated campaign. So obviously part of all of this is to provide reports. So customers are provided with a detailed analytical report every month. This report will include all details on leads, their demographics, and their behavior. And besides all of this, there's a bonus that comes with this. And that is, we've included now with your offering a weekly Zoom call that we will have with you as your customer every week, so that you're not left alone in this time. We will hold your hand and help you to make this a success. So the next bonus is, and I don't think you will find this with any other agency. This is something unique to our agency and something that we are very proud of. And it's something that is going to enhance your business tremendously. This means your content will be shared on our network. So what is our network? So BMDM has a large network of proprietary social media assets. So we've spent the last 4 to 5 years building a network of social media assets. Our first asset is BitMedia24. We have our blog, but we also have a Facebook community on our BitMedia Facebook page that has 78,000 fans. All those fans will see your content. We've got the largest fan network for the Springbok rugby team, the guys that won the Rugby 2019 World Cup. And we've got 67,000 raging Springbok fans on there. So we know where they are, we know the demographics, we know their age distribution, and we also know the split between male and female. And this is amazing because, again, your content will be shown to all of these people. Then we've got another site, Brightfly Sunshine Rugby. This is a site that talks to South Africans about, the love of outdoor life, of good food, of good wine, of the sport. And we've got 48,000 raving fans on there as well. So these are our three biggest pages, but we have other pages and groups that are growing. We've got a page called Visit the Winelands that's growing. We also have a group, a Visit the Winelands group. We've got a page called South African Wines. We've got a page called International World News. We've got an outdoor page. We've got a page called Now Empower Me, which is a page about inspiration, things like that. We've got a page about Ireland, Love Ireland. We also have a Love Ireland group with over 4,000 people that love Ireland, and using that to build our Irish tourism business, and many, many more. I'm not mentioning everything, but if if there's not something you're relating to, we will find something and we will build that. And the big plus is our network is growing. It's growing all the time. So when you become a customer of ours, as your business grows, our network grows, you get more exposure to your business. And this is really a win-win situation. And the bonus that really no other network or no other agency, in my view, has to offer. So let's talk a little bit about our reach of our network. So our content regularly reach more than 100,000 people every single week. But more than that, in certain times and certain things happening now, our news will have a spike. Our biggest spike we've had recently was during the Rugby World Cup, 2019 World Cup. Our network have reached over 15 million people worldwide. And we have a growing network. So this is amazing. But like they say in the infomercials, that's not all, guys. So as an additional bonus, so remember, usually when you sign up with a social media agency, all they will do is do posting for you and maybe engage with your customers. These are all bonuses that we are giving in addition to what you're receiving for us managing your social media. So our first bonus is a dedicated podcast interview. So as I've been using the wine estate as an example, I'm going to keep on doing that. So for example, if you're a wine estate, you will be interviewed on our podcast about the Winelands. We'll talk about your estate, about your wines. We'll then interview the winemaker and stuff like that. And then we'll do and explain a video about your business. So we will take a look at an explainer video shortly, but the explainer video is about between 1 and 3 minutes, and we'll explain it's basically an advertising video about your business. But more than that, you also get sponsorship of one podcast per month. So besides the dedicated podcast just for your business, you will also get another podcast where you will be the sponsor of that whole podcast. Now, as a sponsor of that podcast, you will be mentioned in what we call the podcast pre-roll. That means before the podcast starts, we will mention your brand. You will have a 30 to 60 second mention in the middle of the podcast. Then we will have a break and we'll say thank you to our sponsor and we'll talk about your business. And at the end of the podcast, we'll mention your business again. In addition to this, we will create a banner as a podcast sponsor. You get a banner that's put on our BitMedia 24 blog and runs in every podcast receives a blog post. So your banner will remain on that blog post. And so this is amazing because as long as this podcast exists, and there's no reason for us to ever take it down because this is your content, you will receive advertising. These podcasts are evergreen, which means they are relevant almost indefinitely, which means as long as people are watching those podcasts, your business will receive that exposure. So that is an amazing bonus. So let's take a look at that example of that explainer video now. Right, I hope you enjoyed that video. And now it's time, like I said, I'm going to make you an offer that you cannot refuse. So my offer is as follows. We all know that this is a difficult time. We all know that your customers are on social media and that you need to connect with them. They are on their devices. So this, unfortunately, is subject to limited availability. We can only do this for so many people. So it will be on a first come, first come, first serve basis. We are going to give you guys a 75% discount on our regular price for the first 3 months. So how it will work, you sign up for us to do your social media for 3 months. We'll give you a 75% discount on your regular pricing. After the 3 months, we will have a meeting with you, and then you can decide to engage our business further or whatever the situation is at that point. But like I said, limited availability, so don't wait. 75% discount on a regular price. So what you need to do is email us right now. So first come, first serve. First emails we receive will get the first answers from us. Email us at BMDMdigitalmarketing@gmail.com. That's BMDMdigitalmarketing@gmail.com. Okay. So let me recap this whole thing. Like they say in this picture is worth 1,000 words. But I just want to recap what you get so that you are 100% sure about this. Firstly, when we manage your social media, it all starts with your audit and your setup. We will audit your whole social media current setup for you. We will send you a report and we'll discuss remedies. Then we'll set up all your social media pages. If you already have them, we'll look at the redesign to make sure that your branding and your social media is coherent with your larger brand image. Then we will start managing your social media for you. This is part of the package. What this means is that we will do the posting, but before we do that, we will design 25 to 30 posts per calendar month that you then approve, and those posts will be published 3 to 5 posts per week on each platform. And we will also engage with your customers on a regular basis whenever they leave comments or they actually send a message to Facebook or whatever the thing is. Now, in addition to this, we will set up and run a whole dynamic response marketing system as I've explained it in detail. We'll set up the landing pages, we'll write and send out the emails, and we'll make sure that we create that circle of traffic from all your content that brings more leads and more sales into your business. The next step is we will set up your social media advertising. We will look at the retargeting. You have a budget for advertising included in your offering, and we will definitely talk to you about dedicated campaigns, and we will give you monthly reporting. Then the important thing to remember is that your content will be shared on your network. This is so important. Like I said before, during Rugby World Cup 2019, our network reached 15 million people. This is an amazing bonus for your social media activities. The fact that we are actually sharing all your social media posts to our network, and we have a growing network, and we're going to grow it even more. Also, don't forget, you get a dedicated podcast made about your business. You will also get an explainer video. That's an advertising video for your business. And you'll get sponsorship of 1 podcast per month. In addition to all this, we will give you as an additional bonus a weekly Zoom call to talk to you, to hold your hand. You are not alone, and we will guide you through this time and make sure that your social media works. So don't wait. Email us now at BMDMdigitalmarketing@gmail.com. Remember, it's first come, first serve. Don't wait. Email us now at BMDMdigitalmarketing@gmail.com.